It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant to be here with all of you to celebrate what these incredible marchers have done. The Darlington mums are without doubt the best thing to come out of the Northeast since Ant and Dec. They are truly an inspiration to us. We're so proud of you all.
This is a continuation of my coverage of the September 6, 2014 Saturday rally here in Trafalgar Square against proposed cuts in the national health care services. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to keep my comments to an absolute minimum.
In this country who can't be here today, they're speaking for millions. Their commitment, their endeavour summarises what we all feel, what the country feels about the NHS. But it also gives voice to the rising anger that there is in the land about the country's most valued asset being broken up and sold off. So Mr. Cameron, if you care to lean out of the window in Downing Street, the people here have got a big message for you. No one, absolutely no one, has ever given you their permission to put the National Health Service up for sale, and it's high time you heard that. I will insist on a full exemption for the NHS from the EU-US Trade Treaty TTIP, a full exemption. And there's one more thing that I will do. With the full support of Ed Miliband and all the Labour Party, I will repeal the Health and Social Care Act 2012. That's what we're going to do. In the first Queen's speech of the next Labour government, that is what we are going to do. And it can't happen a moment too soon. We will restore the right values back to the heart of the health service that our party created. We will do that. We will put compassion above competition, integration over fragmentation, people before profits. That is what we will do. And friends, just think about that. An NHS based on people before profits, the envy of the world. That is something worth fighting for, isn't it? That is worth fighting for. And you know, this government needs to see this today. The fight for the future of the NHS is happening here, right here. It's happening right now, and it will only get louder as we get closer to the next elections.
That commitment to repeal that bill, that privatisation bill. But our message is clear. We must hold them to that. Every single one of us. And friends, like the nurses and doctors who look after us from cradle to grave. So if we have one message, one clear, defiant message to the Conservative Party, it is this. You will never, ever divide us. Never, never, never. We stand as one against you. Because it wasn't immigrants or public sector workers or unemployed people who plunged this country into its mess. It was a financial elite which is booming whilst everybody else struggled.
Well, it's about 6 o'clock, and I'm going to head back to my hotel. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage.
I'm very proud to be part of the People's Assembly, a coalition of people in the Labour Party, the Green Party, and no party at all, trade unionists, campaigners for the disabled. And the reason it's important is this. We need that solidarity. It's not just the privatisation of the NHS, it's cuts to all services, it's a tax on disabled people and unemployed people, it's every policy that attacks us. So we must stand together, we must not let them pick us off one by one. But to wrap up, we owe it to our ancestors who fought for the NHS. We stand on the shoulders of giants, and it is not for them not for all of us here gathered today to let everything they fought for be stripped away by a government which didn't even win the general election. Fight on, friends! Fight on for our NHS! And if we stand together, we fight together, we will win this battle together.